Hello analytics students, welcome to QMM1002, Statistics and Data Visualization. My name is Jenna Goose and I will be your professor for the course. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to use your Moodle page and how it will be structured this semester. When you first access your QMM1002 Moodle page, you'll see information regarding the class, time, day, and room. You can join in person at the room in the times listed, or you can join over Zoom by clicking the links here. You can also participate in the course asynchronously by watching the recorded classes and accessing the other resources for the course. I'll show you where to find all of these resources. As you scroll down, you will see the description for the course. This course is a continuation of QMM1001, where you will learn much more advanced inferential statistics methods, as well as some basic time series analysis. In this course, you will continue to use the statistical package R for all calculations. At any time, if you need to learn more about your Moodle page, you can click here to rewatch this video and go through the structure of the course. How I've structured the page is that you can use the side menus to navigate courses. These ones on the left are present for all of your courses, and you can use them to see all of the courses you're enrolled in this semester, to see your calendar, to see the other people enrolled in your class, etc. On the right, you do have some blocks specific to this course. This calendar will only contain the due dates for QMM1002. You'll see announcements, those are the emails I send about QMM1002, etc. Then, all of these next sections in Moodle are the ones in the burgundy color found here. We're going to go through each of them so I can explain what is found in each of those sections. Before we do that, one other thing found at the top of your page is the announcements form. I will use the announcements to distribute important course information such as deadline reminders throughout the entire course. I'll send these at the beginning of the course and as each assessment is due, so please make sure that you're receiving those announcements, and if you aren't, you can send me an email so we can make sure that you are receiving future announcements because they'll contain really important course information. Now we can get into these sections, starting with instructor information. Instructor information contains a short video with more information about myself, as well as my email, office number, and phone number. If you have any questions outside of class time, the fastest way to get in contact with me is by email. I will respond within 24 hours on business days. Also, if you need to set up an appointment with me, office hours are available upon request. Even if you're an asynchronous student, I can meet with you over Zoom in order to go over your questions. So please just either speak to me in class or send me an email, and we can set up an appointment in person or over Zoom, whatever you would prefer. The next section is course information. So this is information specific to QMM1002. This course is high flex. Just like last semester in QMM1001, you have the choice of coming to classes in person, joining live over Zoom, or treating it like a fully online asynchronous course, where you just access the resources and work through it outside of class time. You can even do a combination of methods if that works best for you. These are the dates and times the class is currently scheduled. Please make sure you still check your My Cambrian schedule because these dates and times could change. The Zoom link is also included here. Next are the important documents like the course outline and course syllabus. All course outlines at Cambrian have the same structure, so I'll just point out a couple important features. We start with the course description, and for QMM1002, there are actually going to be 11 learning outcomes. So there'll be 11 different topics we're learning throughout the course. Something else that's very important about the course outline is not only those learning outcomes and objectives, but also the required resources for the course, which you can read through here, and I'll show you how to access them on our Moodle page in a couple minutes in this video, as well as the evaluation methods. The evaluation methods in this course have the same structure as for QMM1001, but I'll also talk to you about those in more detail. The second important document is the syllabus. I always tell students, if there's one document that is the most important in your course, it is the syllabus because it contains what we're learning every single day of the course, as well as all of the assessment deadlines throughout the entire course. At the top of the syllabus, you'll have the course information and my contact information, and then class by class, it will tell you what we're learning that day. Please make sure you look in the assessments column for all of the assessment deadlines throughout the entire semester. At the bottom of the syllabus, there's also additional information about the types of assessments in the class. I'll show you these individual types back on our course Moodle page. So once we're back on our course Moodle page, next we have some required resources. The first one contains more information about your course textbook. The textbook is actually the same one that was used in QMM1001, which is Business Statistics by Sharp. This textbook is a very good theoretical reference. However, it is not required to complete any of the graded evaluations in the course. All graded evaluations will be completed directly within R. So you do not have to purchase the textbook in order to complete the evaluations, but it is a great reference text. For that reason, because you don't need to purchase it for graded evaluations, you don't need the newest textbook. You could also use an older edition of the textbook if you can purchase one from a former student. The next required resource is your promise to be honest. This is just a statement about what academic integrity means specifically in QMM1002, and you will not be able to access the assessment section until you complete your promise to be honest. I have completed it, but let me show you what it looks like. When you access it, it is just a series of questions that you must agree with. For example, some of the things you must agree with is that you will not use AI, you will complete all assignments independently, etc. So you'll scroll through each of these agreements, and when you're done and you've agreed to all of them, you'll press finish. Please read through them carefully because this is an agreement that you understand what is considered academic integrity and academic dishonesty in this course before you begin the assessments. Once you've clicked through the entire activity and agreed, you'll have this done green bar appear, and then you'll be able to access the assessments. Finally, there are a couple other resources. The first one is an introductory survey. Please complete this so I have more information about you that will help me make sure you have the best possible experience in QMM1002 this semester. And there's also an optional anonymous forum that you can do at any time throughout the entire semester to recommend changes or feedback to the course. So this one's at the beginning of the course to let me know more about you, and this one is anonymous anytime throughout the course to give feedback. Once your promise to be honest is completed, you'll have access to the assessments. The assessments are broken down into two types: applied activities and case study assignments. The applied activities will be one per learning outcome. So as I mentioned in the course outline, there are 11 learning outcomes in this course, and you will have one R applied activity for each of these learning outcomes. These are smaller activities that just require you to practice the concepts we learn in class within the R programming language. You will be allowed to drop your lowest applied activity grade, so only your best 10 out of the 11 applied activities count toward your final grade. Each one will be worth 6%, and they must be completed individually without the aid of another student or AI or other tools. All the due dates for the applied activities can be found in the syllabus and also in the table here. You can also see when all of the applied activities will open, when they're available from, and when they're due directly within Moodle. We will then have two case study assignments. One will be in the first half of the course, that's case study 1, and the second will be at the end of the course, that's case study 2. The due dates are found here. So as you can see, the first one is almost on the first half of the course, a little bit less than half of the content, and the second one is on the second half of the course content. Each of these case studies is equally weighted at 20% for 40% of your overall grade. How a case study is different than an applied activity is case studies not only require you to analyze data in R, they also require you to write a report that explains that analysis. Those are the two assessment types in the course, and for all assessments in the course, you must make sure that you're handing them in on time. Late assessments will not be accepted. So if you're sick or if there are other extenuating circumstances, you must notify me before the assessment due date so that we can discuss your circumstances and an extension. The next section is Help for R. This contains some videos as well as free textbooks and what they call cheat sheets, which are documents that explain how to use different R features. These are optional and I might refer to them at some points during the course. And then finally, we get into each of the module sections. The module sections is where you will find the course resources. On the very first day of the class, which you'll be able to see in the syllabus, we're actually going to start with a review from QMM1001. So we'll work through this activity live in class. There's a data set that we'll use during the activity, and there's a blank R script that contains the questions we're going to work through as part of that review activity. So this is a little bit of a unique class because it's just meant to make sure that you know those key concepts on confidence intervals, hypothesis tests, and R from QMM1001 and that it's fresh in your mind. But after that review, we will then get into the module content from modules 1 to module 11 of the course. And each of these modules will have the same structure. What I mean is they will all start with class notes, where we have the PowerPoint files that we'll be covering during class that day. There may also be other files for the live class, such as data sets and R scripts. If you cannot come to the class live, the recorded Zoom classes will also be posted here on the same day that the class is completed, so you can access them. Even if you can't come to class live, please still access the notes, access the activities. You'll be able to go through and use all of those resources for the course, even if you aren't in the live class. Next, there are some short video lessons. These can be used by all students, but they're especially helpful if you're an asynchronous student. If you don't want to watch the full 2-hour class recording, because let's say maybe you only need help with calculating sample size, these videos break the course content down into smaller pieces, so you can just watch the video on the content that you need rather than watching a full 2-hour class recording. Next, there'll be some additional resources like what chapters of the textbook are relevant to what we're learning, and other tables or helpful links. And finally, a reminder of when the assessments related to that learning outcome are due. So for example, the Module 1 applied activity will be due on this date. And all modules will have that same structure: class notes, recorded Zoom classes, short video lessons, any additional resources, and your assessment reminder. Only Module 1 is open right now, but the subsequent modules will open and be released as we work our way through the course. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions about your QMM1002 course at any time, please send me an email, ask me during class. I am happy to help you and I am here to support you as we work through this second course in statistics. I hope you have a fantastic semester. Thanks for watching.